Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house. And today I've got the Knife Black Void Opus here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's see, what do we have here? Because we have a pretty cool one for sure. It's not that big. In fact, overall length is gonna be around, I would say, 6.8 inches. 6.9 inch overall length with a 3-inch long blade and 2.75-inch long cutting edge and roughly 4-inch long handle in this very compact and neat package. So let's check it out up against a couple of offerings you might get used to see on this channel. This is the Ontario Rat number 2, and as you can see, it's just about the same size of that, and this is the Ontario Rat number 1. So you can see where it stands, for example, also compared with the Spyderco Para 3 right over here, and you can see just better handle to blade ratio and a little bit smaller but more cutting edge than the Para 3, and this is up against the Paramilitary 2. Of course, it's a big boy, but you can also notice how this guy is doing compared with the Chris Reeve knives. In fact, this is the large Sebenza 21 with carbon fiber inlays, and here you can appreciate a beauty. Of course, this is the Chris Reeve knives small Sebenza 21, and look at that. This is in the same ballpark, and it's just a crazy good size for EDC. In fact, if you check it up against the Custom Knife Factory Philippe Georget Design 520, you're gonna see that this is chubbier, beefier, heavier, and bigger. And of course, I'm gonna show you a little bit. This guy, it's huge compared to that. This is the Custom Knife Factory as well, Snafu 2.0. But if you wanna know a little bit more, a little bit something bigger, also from Custom Knife Factory, here's your Justice 2.0, and let's just check another couple of very cool ones. Shirogor Neon Zero right over there, very nice one. And of course, Shirogor F95 R Slim right over here. You can notice that this is smaller than the Shirogor of the Neon Zero, but of course the F95, it's a big boy compared to that. I want to show you another couple just because we have them here in the house. Some offerings from France, from Europe. This is the Fontenil Pateau La Gouillole Nature, and this is also Fontenil Pateau Laitière Nature, beautiful, both in Raindrop Damascus and Mammoth. This is the pulp, and this is the bark of the tusk of I don't know, several thousands of years old mammoth tusk, and that's it. I want to show you actually another couple of offerings I have here. This is the American Blade Works Model 1 version 5, because we've got some carbon fiber goodness over here going on, and this is the Booz Blade Smoke Mini, and you can see that pretty comparable in size. So let's check this guy out because it's a very cool one, guys. A very neat design, clean lines, slick, elegant. It's the black Void Opus from Knife Design, and you can see very simple construction of this titanium liner lock. It has some very cool, I don't know if you can appreciate the fit and finish of these carbon fiber inlays. It's really nice. There's no lip whatsoever. You cannot feel the transition between the titanium and the carbon fiber. Very nicely done. You can maybe, I don't know, you can spot just some tiny voids, but it's nothing crazy. So it's very acceptable, especially for the price, because this is going to be around $220 roughly. So in that ballpark. So it's not a cheap one, but it's very well made. It's clean. Look at these lines, guys. When it's closed, it's so elegant, just slender like that. It's a little bit on the chubby side, let's say, from looking at it from the profile point of view, but overall it's very elegant, very neat indeed. The lines are nicely flowing, and you have this wedge going like up, but the line is continuing and it's sweeping. This is beautifully contoured, nicely reduced. It's beautiful. It's a nice job, nice chamfering going on the inside as well, and there's some light skeletonization only, I don't know if you can see it right here, only on the show side, not so much on the lock side, because this is a liner lock. So there's actually a liner inlaid, let's say inset in the lock side scale, hold together with 3 screws that you can only see it right over here from the inside. You have one standoff, there's no backspacer, there's no lanyard hole option over here, and that's it. So that's why you have just one screw right over here, which is hidden on this side. Fantastic job they did to keep the design and the look sleek and clean and just so simple and minimal. So really appreciate that. You have some lock release relief here. It's not that much. I understand they wanted to keep the lines like flowing like this without interrupting at any point in this position, but it's probably, I would have appreciated a little bit more room for my thumb just to disengage this lock bar. So not a big deal, but they added some jimping and you see they milled out this area here, so it's pretty accessible. There's no stainless steel insert because I believe this is a stainless liner, I'm not sure, but I do see a ceramic ball bearing right over there, which is going to be super cool. Also, I see a detent ball ramp right over there, which is going to increase the smoothness of the closing action for sure of this front flipper. Really nice. As I was saying, construction is absolutely simple. It's a pleasure to take this guy apart. Basically, you unscrew these 2 guys and you're done. So very straightforward. Nothing, no proprietary screw. Just a T8 is going to be sufficient to take this guy down. You have a nice 3D mill titanium pocket clip right over here, matching with the scales, with this blue battle finish kind of thing. Really cool. It's tip-up carry only, it's not ambidextrous, it's not reversible, there's no way you're going to be able to mount it on this side. There's only one spot that has jimping, which is this guy over here, which is your front flipper, and it's nicely integrated with the design of the blade. For example, like if you check, for example, this guy over here, you see it is sticking out and protruding, so it doesn't really flow with the overall design, but here they did a pretty amazing job. You can also have, for example, another option, another approach, which is like this, so it's protruding, sticking out, but I feel this guy is a very nice approach to the front flipping business because it's pretty good. It's functional, it's easy, it works, and it's reliable. If you open the blade, you're going to see that this is sporting a 20 CV steel, so pretty much same thing as the M390 steel, so pretty high up there in the steel, the super steel realm, and it's very unique and nicely done, guys. You can see that there's like a asymmetric swedge. It's only on the show side right over here. On this side you have the flat, so it's very different. Here you have a chisel grind, of course, so this side is basically perpendicular and the bevel here has been ground. This is a flat grind. You see the bevel cutting edges all over here, and you're gonna be able basically to sharp only from this side. You have this nice drop over here, very gentle. I love the asymmetric look of this blade, and basically you have full belly up to the sharpening choil. Really cool and sterile, stone washed looking blade. You've got the Jeff Lundquist logo only on this side, sterile on this one. You just got the Wii logo right over here. You've got this nice plunge grind only on this side, of course, because this is a chisel grind. So on this side there's nothing, and on this side, look at that. It reminds me of some South African knife maker with this nicely curved and gently done plunge grind. Really cool indeed. The sound this guy makes when you open it, it's this. Really interesting. It's very subdued, it's unobtrusive, it's not loud, and it's very pleasant. It's not disturbing. It's a minimal sound. It's not like something unique with too much of a character, but it's it's nice because it's not that loud, so it's kind of muffled in a way and unobtrusive and discreet. So I appreciate this. The weight in the pocket of this guy is going to be 2.7 ounces, so very, very light indeed. And if you squeeze the handle, at least I'm going to feel a little bit of hot spot right over here from this side of the pocket clip. I mean, it's not a sharp edge, but you can feel it in, at least I can feel it right over here in the palm of my hand. Not a big deal, but it's there. Also, you have some very effective jimping, nicely done. I love this little teeth, nicely made. I mean, it's, look at this. It's nice. You can't do the reverse grip, yeah, but there's no like a flipper, like there's no finger groove to kind of like create a sort of a guard for your hand, but it's doable. I mean, it's a little bit small for my hand, but it's kind of doable, I think. You can't really choke up because there's no finger choil right over here, but you can use a little bit more advanced position, but be aware that there's no jimping right over here on the spine of the blade. Overall, I mean, it feels pretty solid in the hand, even if the standoff is right here at the heel of the blade, so you would think that there is some flex to it, but it feels pretty solid because these titanium slabs are pretty thick, so it gives you a nice feeling of solidity, even if it's a small one in the hand and small size for sure. The texture is nice of the carbon fiber, but it's sleek, so it's gonna be a little bit slippery. There's not much grippy texture going on, but the fit and finish is really, really good. It's nicely made, there's no gaps, I don't see any issues, blade is solid. It's well made. We Knives is capable of doing some very cool blades, so it's I have to say I really appreciate this one. You've got a nice feeling also for the clip, nice and strong retention. There is a nice clip ramp you see in and out, so it's not going to be an issue in your pocket, and it's raised enough so that you can just slide it into your pocket pretty easily. The deployment, it's unique because this is a sorry. It's a front flipper, so you have basically this way to deploy the knife, or you can just use your index finger or your thumb. So basically one or two are gonna be the solely ways to open. I mean, you can try to pinch it out, but it's not the most comfortable. You can do it like that, but why? You got a front flipper, just front flip it. And not much finger sore generated by this jimping, which is a little bit aggressive, even if these two teeth are short, small, they're kind of like sharp, but not that much, so it's fine. You're gonna be able to grip it like that with your index finger, so not much finger soreness introduced by this jimping going on over here. And you have a really, really cool action and very, very smooth overall deployment for the blade, because this guy is running on bearings, has medium to light detent strength, and it deploys nicely, safely, and reliably. You cannot touch the tip of the blade if you try to jam your finger in it, so safe also from that point of view. There's a little bit of less room that I expected here to disengage the lock bar, but it's still doable. There's no lock stick. There's a nice detent ball ramp, which is gonna contribute to the smoothness overall of the closing action. Not much hard step, of course, but you have a free fall action as soon as you disengage the lock bar. You can see like this, but if you put the place the knife vertically, there's no guillotine effect. You're just gonna have to wiggle gently to have the blade go in the closed position. So really, really cool. It's an overall nice piece. The look, it's my favorite part of this knife. It sounds alright. I mean, it's not that loud. It's very subdued, so it's discreet for sure. The ergonomics are also okay. There's a little bit of hotspot in my case, created by the clip, but overall the look is what struck me and what led me to buy this guy. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.